All right, so onward we go to the next edition of Word for Word Bible Comic. This time it is the Gospel of Mark. So here's the front cover. I don't know if this is Hebrew or Greek, but I've noticed they've been having them at least on the Gospel editions. Just another gorgeous cover, what can you say? Let's take a quick look at the back. Again, they have a rating system. I've never seen that in a comic book Bible of any type, not even the manga ones. So 12 years of older, as there is infrequent bloody violence, mild alcohol use, but they do make it known that there's no explicit nudity or sex. We have a Roman soldier here, and pretty cool back cover actually. I kind of like how they're teasing what this is about. Of all the four Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Mark, I felt like his type of writing was straight and to the point. I think it was probably the shortest gospel, if I'm correct. And yeah, it just seemed like he was very factual, to the point. He wasn't too like talkative and describing things. So of course that means that this one would be a little bit thinner, and that would make complete sense. So, oh, look at that. You know what? So once again, they have the same panel from Luke and Matthew. They had the same panel, and this one's identical again. If people aren't going to own all of the Gospels or not buy all four, it is just one panel. So, but yeah, I would have thought they would have made something different. I would have been completely okay with Matthew, Mark, Luke, John all having different angles or different kind of visuals of John the Baptist baptizing Jesus. I thought that would have been cool. I kind of felt it was a missed opportunity here, but yeah, another repeated panel, and yeah, some of these look very, very similar. I am noticing different panels at least, so that's okay. And it kind of should be, because clearly I would almost expect that, because all four Gospels have different accounts. Yeah, in terms of the panel structure, there's no rhyme or reason. Yeah, they're not afraid to do like these angled panels here. And then of course they're not afraid to just have full page ones on the side here. The pages are bigger on this, so I guess they could actually comfortably hold 10 panels if needed to, but yeah, I don't feel like these panels are cramped. Like, even though they have quite a few here, it all feels pretty comfortable. Another thing I've noticed about these comic book Bibles is that there's quite a few panels where there's just no dialogue whatsoever. Like, we have this one, and this. So the majority of this page just has no dialogue. I know they have obviously the narration, but yeah, I actually kind of like that there's lots of panels where there's no dialogue. There is some narration on the front here. I don't even know if this can be seen, but it is very tiny, and it almost blends into the background. Yeah, there's 2 to 3 lines worth. And yeah, it just seems, I don't really understand that. They clearly do that to make sure it's word for word and not a single word is missing, but I would have been fine if it was a little bit more readable and noticeable. I think some readers will just read through the pages and actually completely miss that. It's kind of an interesting style choice they went with. So here we have the disciples on the boat, and of course we have Jesus here, just quiet, be still, and sure enough, the waters are still. I really do like this art style a lot. It's pretty cool. I don't know if I have a favorite, but it's kind of cool to see different art styles, and yet I love all three of them. Whether it's the manga or the Kingstone version, I'm really enjoying all three art styles. I think what I would say maybe a slight advantage that this has over Kingstone is the art style is consistent. I noticed in the large Kingstone volumes that I think because they had a team, they had different artists, and that meant that the art styles were different. It wasn't like a glaring problem, but like, yeah, you could clearly see the difference between them. And this one, I think that would be an advantage they have, would be so far it looks all very consistent. Oh yeah, there we go, where she wanted John the Baptist's head on a platter, and clearly Herod was nervous about that, and but sure enough honored it, and here we go. John's head on a platter. I always like to give readers an idea of what maybe the kind of gore and violence they're expecting. So let's see if we can get to, again, Jesus being whipped and on the cross, and will they actually reuse some of those scenes? Here we go. Oh, look at that. Yeah, they do reuse some of these panels, unfortunately. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but there you go. You have a bit of an idea of what the gore and the violence is. Yeah, and again, they have these little, these pure black pages with the logo. I think those are just kind of like, it's almost like the equivalent of a paragraph break. That's how I'm going to interpret it as. Whether it's changing chapters or scenes, it's just this kind of like this break, which I don't mind at all. We have Jesus resurrecting, and then, yeah, some new cool information. Designing Jesus, what was the choice in how Jesus was designed. So that's pretty cool. And then harmonizing events. Like, honestly, if you don't get anything out of these books, at the very least, I think you could get some really cool information at the back here. Yeah, there you have it. This is the latest Gospel edition of the Word for Word Bible comic. This one was Mark. Again, about the same price as Luke and Matthew. You're getting another solid edition of this comic book Bible. So looking forward to more volumes on the way.